to On the Shelf episode number 48 of
Brutal Battle.
So this hopefully is our final episode of the half and half with the non-alcoholic beer and one alcoholic beer. Because after this, I should be off the medication that's been keeping me from drinking alcohol. Fingers crossed on that one. And then we can just get back to doing whatever we want on the podcast. Yeah. So looking forward to that. But like I had said before, our master plan was to try for the non-alcoholic beer a bunch more of the Athletic Brewing non-alcoholic beers to see what are the best ones, at least that are available for us, and just kind of rank them. So at the end of this, we'll do a ranking. Now, when we went back to the store to get that final one by Athletic that we were going to get, which was the light beer, we found another one that they happened to just get into stock. So that's the one that we're putting on the podcast for this time around. The other one I drank off podcast, and I will tell you, pretty solid. It was
especially for like solid. A light, because it was, 25 calories?
25 calories. Yeah. And it tasted legit like a beer, and it didn't have any off flavors, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was very light.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
it's just called light.
Yeah, as the name, it was very light in flavor as well, but it was a good flavor for what was there.
No, it was good. So let's go ahead and get into the Athletic Brewing beer. Again, Athletic Brewing, it is out of Connecticut, Milford, Connecticut, and San Diego, California. This one is their Ripe Pursuit. It's a non-alcoholic lemon radler, and as is all their stuff, 12-ounce can. I'm excited because we've had non-alcoholic beers before, but we've never had a non-alcoholic radler.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's something special.
I feel like this style would bode well for non-alcoholic because it's typically a lighter style.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're usually not getting a whole lot. Usually not getting a whole lot of alcohol out of a radler anyway, and it is more on the juice side. So yeah, I would think that the lemon juice would kind of.
How many calories is this? Does it say?
100.
100 calories.
Yeah, it's not like the light. Okay, it looks very yellow, slight orange.
Pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty clear. Maybe a little bit of like a chill haze to it, because these were just taken out of the fridge just a little bit ago.
It's so lemony.
Woo.
Like layers of lemon. Like sweet lemon, tart lemon.
Lemon peel on top of that, because there is a bit of a bitterness. It does smell really good. Yeah, and I like how you put it. There's sweet lemon and tart lemon in there, definitely. Plus that lemon peel. It smells a little kind of mineral-like maybe a slight bit chlorine-ish.
I was just going to say chlorine.
Yeah, which is a little weird. That may be that kind of like plasticky-ness that you can get from non-alcoholic beers kind of interacting with the lemon smells in a weird way. So, I don't know. So, good nose, but that little bit of like an off note is not the greatest.
Mostly lemon, though.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, it smells like there's going to be plenty of lemon to the flavor. Let's get in there.
Not bad. It's very juicy.
Whoa.
It kind of tastes like lemonade.
Yeah, it tastes like lemonade.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's actually very sweet. There's a decent tartness to it. I do like that because that does kind of help balance out that sweetness a bit. So at first, like, it's like, oh man, it's so sweet, and then that tartness kicks in, and you're like, oh no, it's really tart. It's actually, I'm going to say tart, I'm going to say sour. It's actually, like, sour. This is less of, like, a radler and more of, like, a lemon sour, taste-wise, that is.
Yeah, which I think it needs, though, because otherwise it's just, like, sugary lemonade.
So, it's not really tasting off.
No.
Like, it has that little off bit in the nose. The taste is good. It's just how much lemon do you want, and do you want this to kind of actually taste like a beer? Because it doesn't really taste like a beer.
No.
Let's be honest. And if you're going for a non-alcoholic beer...
Not a lot of radlers taste like beer either, though.
Right. But they have like a bit of a beeriness to them. At least the good ones do. So I'm just saying in this instance, if you want to have something that tastes like this, why don't you just get lemon juice? Or, I mean, lemonade. Yeah, not straight up lemon juice. That'd be a bad idea. Maybe some people, though. But lemonade, why wouldn't you just get lemonade?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of getting a non-alcoholic beer that tastes like lemonade when it probably costs more than actually buying lemonade?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my issue with it. I feel like it should taste more like a beer with the lemon juice in it. That said, it tastes good.
Yeah.
It's just, do you mind your beer just tasting like lemonade?
I'm interested to see where you're going to rank this.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, too, because I'm going to have to do some thinking on that one, because that's not easy. All right, so we cleansed our palates real quick. Let's move on to the actual beer, and Rebecca, you want to introduce that one?
Okay, this is by Victory.
Which we haven't had Victory on the show in quite some time. It
is a 12-ounce bottle. I think that's all they do, or all we get anyway.
They have cans.
They do?
Yeah.
12-ounce cans or 16-ounce cans?
I've seen their 12-ounce cans. I've never seen 16-ounce. But I've seen 12-ounce cans, like their Sour Monkey variants have been in cans.
And they're out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. We want to get there one day. We want to do it one day.
And it is their Motel Paloma, a grapefruit summer ale, 6%.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this is light and refreshing.
Whoa. That had a lot of carbonation to it.
I like a good 12-ounce beer.
I'm sure you do.
Because I feel like it's something I can, drink by myself.
Sure.
So I feel like now that Carlin hasn't been drinking, it's hard for me to drink a 16-ounce by myself.
Yeah, especially because we've kind of conditioned ourselves since we started tracking what we drink. We've conditioned ourselves to drink less. So you're just in that mode. Like, you get full faster.
Yeah. Especially 16 ounces of the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to have a little variety.
So the look of it, this is very clear.
This is so clear.
This is beautifully clear.
Clear beer like this in a long time.
I love how clear this is. And it's very yellow.
Very yellow. Very clear. It's very grapefruity.
Yeah, it's super. I mean, it's just but it's also light and crisp at the same time. It's a grapefruit summer ale?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's got that kind of light crispness that you would think from a summer ale. And it's got some honey going on in there, which is nice with it. But yeah, lots of grapefruit. It's more like grapefruit peel to me because there is a decent bitterness there.
So juicy, though.
It smells really good. This is one that's making me kind of upset that I can't drink alcohol. I mean, obviously I'm going to be able to do a few little tastes, but that's it. I want to drink a whole one of these based off the smell.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully.
Well, if it's good, I'm sure we can go back and get more, and hopefully you'll get the A-OK to drink.
It does smell great. This reminds me a little bit on the nose of the level of grapefruit and grapefruit sculpin by Ballast
That's a
Point.
blast from the past.
Yeah. But obviously it doesn't smell just like grapefruit sculpin because grapefruit sculpin has a lot of hops to it. So it's like the grapefruit sculpin but without all the hops.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel I'm not picking anything else out. I think we know. Oh, you're going in for a sip?
Tastes good. I'm going to need you to weigh in the most on this, though. Because you'll be able to get, a more full sip of it.
Very grapefruity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's grapefruit peel.
Yeah.
It's sweeter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I agree. And I almost don't... It's almost too sweet for me.
Yeah, it hits you a bit sweet, and the sweetness starts to build a little bit. But then I think when that happens, that bitterness chops it off at the end.
Yeah,
so it doesn't quite get to the point of being too much.
I mean, it's a great summer ale for sure. It's very sessionable. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I was saying with the nose, it tastes a lot more like grapefruit peel because of that bitterness on there. But yeah, there's a good amount of grapefruitiness to it. I mean, if you're looking for a lot of juicy grapefruit out of a summer ale like this is probably not the one for you. If you're thinking more grapefruit peel, this is the one for you, I would say. But your thoughts?
I think it's good. Like I said, it's a smidge too sweet for me.
Yeah.
The bitterness does help kind of balance it out. But like I said, it's very summery, very sessionable. I feel like this should be a big seller for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite tasty.
Yeah.
And it's one of those beers that you can definitely throw back at a party. You can pay attention to it if you want to, but you don't have to.
Right.
It just kind of tastes good. It's 6%, so it's pretty approachable.
Yeah. So, which one do you think wins?
Oh, the Victory.
Yeah, I think so as well. Definitely the Victory, just because this Ripe Pursuit just doesn't... It just tastes like lemonade, basically.
Yeah.
So,
not enough beer.
Yeah. So now... Yeah, you have no idea yet where I've ranked everything.
Yeah, I didn't rank them because I didn't drink them as much as you did.
Yeah, right. So, you're going to be more as interested as the listeners in my ranking here.
I'm
so
on the edge of my seat.
It's out of 7 offerings.
7? You did 7?
We did 7, yes. So 7 offerings from Athletic Brewing. So my number 7 is actually going to be the Ripe Pursuit.
Oh, really?
Which is the Lemon Radler, mainly because it doesn't really taste like a beer.
Okay.
And I want a non-alcoholic beer to taste like a beer. Like I said, why wouldn't I just get lemonade? It would probably cost less, taste the same. So that's my 7. My number 6 is their Run Wild IPA, which a lot of people have said is like their best beer. I wasn't big on it. There was a pretty significant like plasticky off flavor to it. So I wasn't huge on that one. But I put it ahead of the Ripe Pursuit because it tastes like a beer.
Right. Okay.
And it's not terrible.
Yeah. I could see... Yeah.
So my number 5, I'm going with the Light.
Okay. And that was pretty tasty.
The one that I had off podcast. I thought that was good. It tastes like a light beer with decent flavor to it. Had like some honey going on there, some hay going on, and just like light and refreshing. My number 4 is going to be the Free Wave, which is their hazy IPA. And I mainly put it over the Light because it's a hazy IPA that tastes pretty solid, and you know how I feel about hazy IPAs. Don't really like them.
Right.
So I think they did a good job with that. That's my number 4. My number 3 is the Upside Dawn. That was their golden ale.
That was good.
Very tasty, refreshing, but had more of a viscosity to it than you would think. Some more serious tasting, quote, beer. My number 2 is going to be the Wit's Peak. Legit tastes like a wit beer. A good wit beer with no off flavors, so I really enjoyed that one. And that leaves the number 1 as the Cerveza Atletica, which is their Mexican-style lager. Super tasty, lots of honey, hay, all that good stuff. Refreshing, snappy beer. Really enjoy it. I would definitely like to drink more of that one. It's very good. I mean, the top, 3, I think I'd want to seek out and drink more of over my lifespan. Even if I'm able to drink beer again. Regular beer. So, yeah. But, okay, this was fun. Hopefully this is the end of these hybrid episodes. But we'll end up finding that out. So, let's go ahead and say, please help us out by rating and reviewing us through whatever podcatcher you use. iTunes does help us out the most. But you can also tell people about the podcast because word of mouth is a very powerful thing. If you want back episodes of the podcast, you can go to brutalbattle.com. Everything is there, and listen from the beginning if you want. We are on Untapped. I am Carlton Malibu, all one word spelled as it sounds as Rebecca.
Ruby Reb 62.
And then Instagram is
Brutal Battle Podcast.
And the final thing is, if you want to reach out to us because you have ideas for a show, you have beers you want us to try, or you just want to say hi, get beer recommendations, whatever, you can email brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. But thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. Especially thank you for sticking with us when we've done a bunch of non-alcoholic stuff. I really do appreciate that. But until next time.
Keep it brutal.